Halls of 4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Though dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive. Are you my paradise? In paradise, our universe becomes one.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition. We're going to start doing a minority-owned business Tuesdays, and maybe even going to Thursdays or twice a week. So, want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, who we just added this, who's gonna sponsor our show, and it's called it's Yukon National Bank, or excuse me, YNB, the bank that makes things happen. And of course, they're family owned and operated since 1912, I believe. I think that's what I should know that, since that should have been my first job. I should have known that. Anyway, I'm excited. It's 1912, yes. And by the way, you can qualify online at www.ynbok.com for more details if you're interested in getting any loans, or qualifying for anything related to loans or housing or whatever you want to do. So anyway, you can go online and talk to those guys, and we're going to get better at doing an announcement. This is my first time at it, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay everything down, but we will get it down. Anyway, once again, thank you. Today we're coming from George's Happy Hog, one of my favorite places to eat barbecue. And of course, you guys caught me right in the middle of trying to eat my collard greens and drink my my favorite, my watermelon sweet tea. I think sweet tea is a southern thing. But anyway, trying to drink my sweet tea. So I'm excited about this show. Hopefully we're going to get our boy Drew Henthorn on later. My Zoom thing was having an issue with that. So, but that's the thing. Like I told you, the difference between live stream and podcast is a podcast, everything is clean, everything's beautiful. Where live streams, hey, when stuff goes wrong, stuff goes wrong. You make a mistake saying something, you don't get to do over. It is what it is, and you can only get better with time. That's one of the things that I like about it. You can see it's kind of empty right here behind me now, but earlier when I was setting up, it was like you couldn't even move. I had the only table that was available, and of course they were saving this for me so that I could do the live stream from there. So, and we had some good stuff happening. Of course, the NBA is going on, the playoffs, and then, of course, we had some news in the NFL where DeAndre Hopkins for the Arizona Cardinals suspended for 6 games for having a PED, unbanned substance, in his system. And now we know why they went and got Hollywood Brown now, knowing that they were going to lose him. And it's funny, he goes, oh, well, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Well, you've known since November. They said you had a negative test in October, tested positive in November, had another negative test in December. And then you dropped your appeal. So now you're going to get to the bottom of it. Dude, what did you take? You say that, you're holistic or whatever, and you got to know what you put in your body. You should know what you put in your body. The first thing you do as an athlete, because of testing, the first thing you should do before you take anything, send it to your trainer. Your head trainer or whoever team you play for, they will tell you, yay or nay, you can do this. And if it's nay and you take it, then you're on your own. If it's yes and it turns out bad, then it's on them, not you. So I don't really get this. I don't understand how you're doing this. I mean, I do understand that you get older and you do try to cheat the process as far as trying to come back quicker, your injuries or whatever. So, I mean, I do understand it on one side. But on the other side, it's just so hard to get away with anything these days because of technology. And you're going to be ahead of the game for just a minute, and then you're going to move on. So, in fact, we're going to have a discussion at some point on one of the shows. We're going to talk about uh, performance enhancing drugs and see what happens in that. But anyway, last night, let's talk about what happened in the NBA. The Mavericks beat the Suns. Excuse me, the Suns beat the Mavericks 121-14. The Sixers beat the Heat. The Heat beat the Sixers. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. I'm having issues today, big time. But anyway, the Suns beat the Suns are having issues. The Mavericks are having issues with the Suns. I think my problem with the Mavericks is really simple. Here's the breakdown of the leading scores. You had in that game the Mavericks. Finley Smith had 25. Luka had 45. Brunson had 13. Kleiber had 19. Dinwiddie had 9. That's your biggest issue right there. Dinwiddie had 9. Then you go over and you have the Suns. You have Bridges with 13, Crowder with 11, Aiden with 25, Booker with 23, Paul with 29, and Johnson with 17. So I don't understand what the issue is with it. With the Mavs, I do understand. The biggest problem is that Luka was taking all the shots. Everybody else was standing around. And he was trying to be a one-man show. And what Jordan found out is, I can't be a one-man show. I have to distribute the basketball. I have to give everybody else a chance, and I just take over at the end. And then at the other side of that, what the Mavericks don't have is an answer for Ayton. They don't have it. Kleiber is a three-point shooter. He can't handle Ayton in the post. And I love what the Suns did. Monty Williams. Hey, we're gonna pound you inside. We're gonna pound you inside. And then when you collapse down on us, we're gonna let our three-point shooters handle their business. And then if Chris Paul does what Chris Paul does. But the Mavericks are not going to win if Luka's got to score 45 and do what he does. That's not going to happen. It's just really not. And then when I look at the Sixers and the Heat, and you look at what happened in that game, you look at the Heat. All 5 starters, or 4 of the 5 starters in double figures, and of course Tyler Hero coming off the bench for 25. And you look at the Sixers. Harris, 25. James, you had 16 points on 13 shots. That's all you took, 13 shots. How are you going to beat anybody only taking 13 damn shots? That is not going to happen under any circumstances. Are you going to be able to beat anybody doing that? That's just not going to happen. You have to shoot more. And then what I thought was interesting, and of course Maxey had 19. So they had 3 guys in double figures, and of course Embiid didn't play. But what I thought was interesting is that when Harden and Maxey came out of the game, James sat down and there was a seat open. Maxey went to the end, towards the end of the bench and sat. James gets up from his spot, goes and sits next to Maxey, and then Maxey gets up. I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, did I really just see that? Did I see James Harden, Maxey not sit by him? Which I really didn't think anything of that when James sat down and there was a spot and Maxey just went where there was 4 open or 3 open seats. So I didn't really think he just wanted to sit down, get some room. I completely understood that because if you're sitting on the bench and you're big, there's not a lot of room, and so I could see kind of where he did that. But when James got up and went to sit next to him, and then Maxey got up and went and sat where James was originally, I thought, wow. Did my deceive me, or did I just see this guy going, get away from me? Now, that's a growing sign of Maxey going, hell, dude, you ain't shit. You supposed to be the second best player on our team. Look at you. You ain't doing nothing. Now, granted, James was facilitating. He wasn't trying to score. And that's what he's I guess in his mind now, he's a facilitator, not a scorer. Since he went to Brooklyn last year, he doesn't have the same mindset that he had when he was in Houston. But on the flip side of that, he doesn't have the same quickness that he had because he's overweight. He didn't get his butt in shape. He just thought, I'm James Harden, I'm going to come out and play, and I don't care. I got $500 million in the bank. So that may have been a part of it too. But now his players, his younger guys, they're like, look, we're trying to win. You and Embiid's out, and you're supposed to be stepping up. And Tobias is the one that has 27, not you. You only took 13 shots. You averaged 19 shots in Houston. You're averaging 13 shots a game in Philly. Bro, you've got to score. Now, the question is, can James do what he did? Like, There was one play where he had a mid-range, and he was wide open. He's just kind of looking around, not even looking at the basket to score. And then all of a sudden he does a boom, 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 step back and shoots a three and shoots it in the corner between the rim and the backboard. I'm like, you're open for a mid-range. Why don't you just pull up and shoot the mid-range? I think the pressure has truly gotten to him. He can act like he's all oblivious and blah, blah, blah. But now players are looking at him like, bro, you supposed to be the man. You need to be the man. Embiid's not here. And if they go down 2-0, they go back to Philly and Embiid is still not playing, then there's going to be hell to pay because, to me it's clear James is not the player he used to be. Or it's clear that he wasn't in shape and he did not prepare all year long because that was one of the reasons why when he came back, Kevin Durant was pissed. It's like, how the hell did you not get in shape? Because James wants to hang out and just party and enjoy himself. He don't want to work. He don't want to put in the work. He don't want to put in the effort that it takes to do what you need to do to get ready for the next. James doesn't want to do that. Clearly. And it reminds me, it's reminiscent of what happened between Shaq and Kobe. They win those championships, and then Kobe's like, hey, bro, we got won 3 in a row. Let's go. Shaq trying to make movies and do rap videos and all this other stuff. Comes in out of shape. Kobe's like, what the hell is this? I'm here working my ass off so that we can win 5, 6, 7 championships in a row, and you don't care. Like Kobe wasn't having any of it. And, Shaq will admit that now that he didn't have the same mentality. And if he had the same mentality Kobe had, the Lakers would have won 6, 7, 8 in a row. And I would probably have Shaq up there as one of the greatest, the top 2 or 3 fighting Kareem for the greatest centers ever. And I don't because he was 4, 5, 6 years. He was dominant for a small period of time. I can't give you your greatest ever if you didn't dominate over a long period of time. Point guard, Magic, long period of time. Michael, 2 guard, long period of time. Tim Duncan, 4, long period of time. Kareem, center, long period of time. LeBron, Dr. J, Larry Bird, long period of time. Shaq, your light shined bright for maybe 7 years. And that's it. So I can't really, you were dominant as hell, no doubt. But for a short window, I can't really put you up there with the top if I can't give you the full window. Sorry, bro, just can't do it. Anyway, back to James. So when I look at James Harden, you come in out of shape. You don't get done what you need to get done. And I just believe that you're going to have to come back after this year and either say, I don't care, I'm James Harden, whatever, I'm going to live off my past, or I'm going to come back in shape, ready to go and redeem yourself. Because you're missing a prime opportunity right now. You've missed it because of whatever you're at now. I'm not a fan of his. When he was in Oklahoma City, I wasn't a fan of his when he was here. I'm not a fan of him now. To me, he's the same dude now that he was the, arrogant, elitist. And I'm like, bro, why are you elitist? Why are you acting like you better than everybody? What is your problem? And I see him doing the same thing, and it's coming back. Well, James, let me tell you, you're going to go in obscurity. And you don't care because you got your money in the bank. You really don't care, and that's how you're acting. You're getting paid millions of dollars to be in shape to play basketball, and you don't care. And now you're trying to feel the heat, and you're trying to, all of a sudden conjure up James Harden of old, but you're shooting 13 times. You used to get double teamed when you were at Houston. Now, granted, was it D'Antoni's system? Because you averaged 30 under his system and nobody else. You haven't done nothing with anybody else. But you're trying to tell me you didn't learn how to break a double team then? You're going to tell me you didn't see the double team coming and how to get out of it? You're going to try to tell me you couldn't beat guys one-on-one? Now, granted, you're a little bit slower now, but all you got is the same move. Dribble, step back, fade away from 3. Hell, everybody knows that's coming now. And then when you do go to the hole, you're slow as Christmas. It's like, come on, bro. You got to do something other than what you're doing. Show me something different than what you're showing me right now. And I think Tyrese Maxey was saying that exact same thing with his mind. Man, get the hell away from me, man. You're garbage. That's basically what he was saying. Get the hell away from me, man. He's got something to prove. Embiid even said, man, you got to be more aggressive. He had 5 shots the first quarter, 4 shots the second quarter, 3 shots the third quarter, and 1 shot in the fourth. 1 shot in the fourth. That's why Maxey's like, man, what are you doing? And when you go back and you look at uh, what the scoring was in the game, let me pull that back up, and you look at the scores, I mean, look at it. Maxey had more points than you did. He had 19, you had 16. You only had 13 shots. That's why the dude is like, whatever. You guys got 3 guys in double figures. Look at the Heat, 5 guys in double figures. Look at the Suns, 6 guys in double figures. Every single starter was in double figures. Guys coming off the bench. You've got to decide what it is, what type of player you are, and where you want to be. That's the thing. So, anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox for now. I'm going to take a little break. And once again, we want to thank our sponsor, UConn National Bank, UConn National Bank. I've been saying it forever. YNB, the bank that makes everything happen. So, anyway, I want to thank them for sponsoring our show today, and also for being our sponsor for minority businesses, black-owned and minority businesses. So anyway, so everybody chill out. I'll be right back. All right, everybody, and welcome back to the Unpopular Hour. Of course, we're doing our black-owned and minority business remotes, and we want to thank YNB, of course, family-owned and family-operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. And, of course, you can, if you want to pre-qualify for any kind of loan, you can go online to www.ynbok.com, and you can go on that, and they can help you out with any loans or anything you need to do and be qualified. And doesn't matter where you're at in the state, if you're far out, wherever, it doesn't matter. But you can at least know that you're going to be pre-qualified to get a loan for whatever amount. So anyway, we want to thank Carolyn and Randy Wright and Carolyn Henthorn for their sponsorship of the show. So anyway, so now let's get back into the bracket, and we can see this is where we are coming into tonight's games. Coming into tonight's games, you can see that the Miami and Philly series Miami's up 1-0. I'm thinking that Miami's going to take care of Philly. I don't really see Miami really coming back from where they are right now. Philly coming back. And Embiid, if he doesn't come back to Game 4, Philly's done. Now, if he can come back in Game 3, that might help, because being down 2-0, that's not bad, because you can come back and win 2 games. Hopefully win Game 3. If they win Game 5, you win Game 6. But you're going to have to get 4 out of 6 games. 4 out of 5 games in order to get that done. So, and can you do that? Sure. It's happened before. Ask Golden State when they were up 3-1 and Draymond did the idiotic thing that he did to cost them the Philly series. The series against Cleveland, because like we talked about yesterday, you can't tell me, there's nobody in hell you can tell me that had he been playing, Golden State would have not went 4 up, and then 4-1. It could have said they were the greatest team ever. But instead, you can't have the greatest regular season record, be up 3-1, get beat 4-3, lose 3 straight games, and then say you're one of the greatest teams ever. Negatory. Greatest teams don't blow 3-1 leads. So I'm out on that. Anyway, in the Milwaukee-Boston series, I think Milwaukee did exactly what they needed to do. They went in and got the W in Boston, and like I've said many times on my broadcasts, on my live streams, the easiest game to get is game one. The easiest game to get is game one. And then it was so funny is, remember I talked about is that in the previous round one, the first two teams won the first games on the road. And then after that, the home teams won. Same thing yesterday or the other day. Milwaukee wins the first game on the road. Golden State goes to Memphis, wins on the road. Then, of course, the two home teams are like, whoa. Guys, you better get ready. You better be ready for this. And then what happens? Phoenix wins at home, going up 1-0 in Dallas. And then Miami takes care of Philly 1-0. So, anyway, so breaking down the Milwaukee-Boston series, I have never been a fan of Jason Tatum. I mean, I've said that many times. I like his skill set, but he will shoot you in and shoot you out. I think Boston is really a jump shooting team. When they get hot, they're unbelievable, and they can do all kinds of things. Now, do I think Boston's going to come back and win the game? Yes, I think they'll win tonight's game. There's no question. Back and we look at, in order for the scores for the NBA games tonight, the Golden State Warriors against the Grizzlies. I believe Golden State's going to go up 2-0 against the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies had an opportunity to win the game. Draymond goes out. He's got, in the first quarter, you had a chance to do it, you didn't get it done. And, of course, if you expect the Golden State Warriors to miss 6 free throws again in a game, you're high. That's not going to happen, okay? Excuse me. And, John, you got to learn how to finish at the basket. All that fancy stuff you're doing with the one left hand. Both of those game-winning shots you had nobody on you. You were finishing at the rim untouched. This time, Golden State's defense knew exactly what was happening. When you went to the basket, Klay Thompson peeled right off of his man and followed to the basket. And, of course, Klay Thompson, one of the best defensive players in the NBA, got his hand up, had his hand on your body. I had a couple people ask a foul. I said, shut up. This ain't junior high. This is the NBA Finals. You're not, because he has his hand on you, so what? Finish. But he came in and he was going so fast and he had a defender on him, he couldn't float to the basket and do a nice, easy shot. So when he went to flick it, it hit the backboard and went off hard. That's what happened on the shot. And then, of course, we just talked about the Bucks and the Celtics and what was going on with them. And like I said, I do believe that the Bucks the Celtics will bounce back, and I think they'll get this W because, quite frankly, the Bucks had a great game plan. They hit the Celtics in the mouth. The Celtics was not expecting Milwaukee to do what they did, but I think the Celtics will come back. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown will play much better, and, of course, Marcus in his role as the point guard will play much better, and I think that the Celtics will even the series 1-1, where I think the Golden State Warriors will go up 2-0 unless the Grizzlies just have a crazy shooting game and they're going to have to just go lights out. But Draymond will be back, and then he'll be on his best P's and Q's. He won't be grabbing somebody's jersey and then going home and doing a podcast afterwards, which was freaking ridiculous that he did that. I mean, Draymond, the reason why, like I said yesterday, the reason why people treat you the way they treat you is because you do exactly what you did. You can't bounce off, oh, look at this, and then you ran straight to the gym. Straight to your hotel room and did the podcast. Instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're not getting paid millions of dollars to do a podcast. You're getting paid millions of dollars to talk to the media on what you thought happened. But instead, what did you do? You wanted to monetize that and go to do it your podcast so everybody will go on your podcast to get your point of view. No rebuttal, no anything. Oh, this is what happened, blah, blah, this is what I believe. What you should have done, and what class guys do, is that they go in and after it's done, they sit in front of the media and they answer the hard questions. They don't leave and go get on their podcast. But what do? This generation, that's how they think. And all you did is tarnish yourself even more. All you did was make it to where people want to do what they did even more. They're going to, boom, let's get them the next time. So now you got another target on your back, which you probably enjoy. But you're not Dennis Rodman. Dennis was a master at doing what he did, an absolute master at it. So that being said, let's go back to the bracket. And we're going to talk about Phoenix and Dallas. I do believe Phoenix, like I said, I watched that game last night, and they were unbelievable and what they were doing. I didn't like. I had picked Dallas. I thought, my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com took Phoenix at -5, but I thought that maybe Dallas they were going to try to get a win if they could because I wasn't sure how healthy Devin Booker would be, but Devin was healthy and he was able to do a bunch of things. He was knocking down shots, had 23 points, so he played well and had no minute restrictions. And so Luka, you can't come back and just shoot 40, get 45 every time. That's just not going to happen. And in tonight's game, Golden State and Milwaukee and Memphis, like I said earlier, I think Memphis has to come out and play, but I just think Golden State, they're on a roll right now, and they've got blood in the water. And Memphis will be there at some point, but right now, they're just not there. They're a young team, but I do believe they have some fight, and they've got to come up and win a game. And if they're going to win, they better win tonight. Because if you go down 2-0, the chances of you getting a W at Golden State, you might sneak and get one, maybe, but you're going to be down 3-1 coming back to Memphis for Game 5, if you even go back. So that's kind of how you're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to step up tonight. You're going to have to play well. Ja, you're going to have to pass ball. You're going to have to finish at the rim. But like I said, Draymond will be back, which makes a huge difference in how Golden State plays. And trust me, Klay Thompson's not going to miss 2 free throws at the end. And hopefully the officials can get it right. And once again, NBA, how does 3 guys who are making as much money as they make not see the play on the missed free throw? And then because of the rules, they can't go, and the replay is right there. That's what we thought the replay was for. We thought that's why you had replay. So if there's a question, you can answer it. But in the most crucial part of the game, you don't take it and go back and review it because the play is not reviewable. What the hell are you talking about? Are you serious? Isn't that what replay is for? That's what it's for. So we need to go back and we need to figure out how to fix that. All calls should be reviewable at the end of the game. If there's a question mark, if you guys, 3 of you all, can't come up with who saw what, go to the replay booth. Figure it out. But instead you call it jump ball. Really? That's what you come up with. Frustration level. Anyway, guys, I'm here at Georgia's Happy Hog. And like I said, YNB is going to be sponsoring our black-owned and minority business remotes. And we're going to do it once a week. It's starting out. Once a week we'll be at a black-owned or minority business once a week on Tuesdays. And then we're going to figure out what other businesses we're going to join and try to do at least 2 a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays. And remember, Thursdays are going to be Thunder Thursdays, where we do our Thunder remote, where we talk about the Thunder, who are the players, what I thought about the season. Because remember, the draft's coming up, and we do have the 4th overall pick, and we have the 12th overall pick, which gives us 2 chances to get into the lottery to where we can get in the top 5. And you saw exactly what the New York Giants did, and you saw what the Jets did with 2 top 10 picks. Both of them did fantastic, great scouting, great job of getting what they did. So anyway, here's what it is. I'm here at Georgia's. Here's their menu, and of course, right now I'm having some greens. That's good stuff. Anyway, here's the menu, and I'm having greens, hot links, and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, they have wings. And I'm saying, man, I love me some wings. Love me some wings. Love me some wings, bro. So anyway, the wings are really good. So you want to come out, remember they're at 712 on 712 Culbertson Boulevard, just 2 blocks east of Lincoln, right on Culbertson. It's a great place to sit up on the hill. If you love barbecue, this is a place. Plus, I do have my favorite thing that they have as far as desserts. And that would be that lemon pie. I'm gonna handle that business. Not sharing. I did not learn sharing in school, so don't act like you're gonna ask me to share it, because I am not sharing. I did not learn sharing in school. Just saying. Anyway, come by Georgia's Happy Hog, 712 Culbertson. If you want to do it, like I said, there's that menu, and I'll put that up again for you guys, all the different things that they have. Of course, they do catering, and their hours are from 11 to 7. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, they have mac and cheese. And mac and cheese, I love my mac and cheese. And in fact, that was my second side was mac and cheese. So I had my mac and cheese, and it's just absolutely delicious. And yum 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 yum. I enjoy that. But anyway, so back to the NBA. I'm looking forward to tonight. I'm excited about uh, who's playing, and let's go and look at who's playing today. Once again, I don't know if you missed it earlier. We talked about the Grizzlies and Golden State, and Golden State has a 1-0 lead, and we talked about the Bucks and the Celtics and who we thought is going to win that and how that's going to work out. And I do believe that the Golden State is going to go up 2-0 after the game, and the Bucks against the Celtics. I do believe the Celtics are going to end that streak. Now, when we talk about our boy Drew Henthorn, couldn't get him on today. Something about my Zoom. Got to go get with my boys that figure that out and figure out how we can get my Zoom working again. I don't know. Collaborative Logic are my guys that are in my IT department, and they do a fantastic job. They're the ones that keep my show together. So remotely, something is going wrong with that. So I've got to get with them and figure out remotely how we can pull back up my Zoom so that we can get Drew on to do this. But anyway, HuskerDrewPicks.com if you want to go there and look at his picks. Today he has the Bucks +5 because I think he and I do believe the Celtics will win that game tonight, and that the Bucks are. I'd say that's a nice day. I don't think the Bucks are going to lose by more than 5, and that's what Drew has down. He's got the Grizzlies +2, and I think that's a good bet. I don't know if the Grizzlies can win, but if it's going to be close, I think he's looking at that again. That the Grizzlies, if they lose, that they will lose by less than 2. But at the same time, he probably is picking them, thinking that the Grizzlies is going to win. And of course, the Bucks and the Celtics under 216. I kind of agree with that. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game because the Bucks generally aren't necessarily that high of a scoring team. But I do believe the Celtics are going to come back, and I don't think Jason Tatum and Jerome Brown are going to do what they did today or the other day. I think they're both going to come back playing. Jaylen Brown, I'm sorry, not Jerome Brown. Jerome Brown was the defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles who passed away. But Jaylen Brown and him will go off. I think Jason Tatum, they will go off tonight. I don't think they will have another bad game. But the problem with having jump shooting teams are they will have a bad game, and then when they're off, that costs you a W. And that's the thing with the Warriors. They would have bad games, but they had Kevin Durant, so when they did have bad games, he was able to step up and play. So they're going to have somebody else come up if those two have a bad game or they have a bad shooting night. Somebody else is going to have come up big in order for them to deal with Giannis, because Giannis just punked them. I mean, let's be honest. He just punked them, pushed them around, did whatever the hell he wanted to do to them, and there was absolutely nothing that the Celtics could do. Of course, what a shock, Drew. He's got the damn Braves in there. Dude, we're going to have to quit putting the Braves in there every damn day. What about the Dodgers? What about the Yankees? What about real teams? Your team won the championship, and we got to look with them every day. Like I said, I guess we're going to have to deal with that when it comes to college. We're going to have to deal with his beloved Tar Heels every week. And then, of course, over 8.5 is the Phillies and the Rangers. And so that's going to be interesting to see what happens on that. But anyway, I won't say that I'm really excited about it. Let me go into more detail about what we're going to be doing. On Tuesdays, every Tuesday this month, we're going to be primarily either here, and then we're looking at going to Eastside Pizza to do remotes. So we're going to be doing black and minority-owned businesses. And Y&B has graciously said, hey, we'll love to sponsor that. That's right up our alley. So I want to thank them for giving us the opportunity, because Y&B is the bank that makes things happen. And once again, if you need a loan, you can go online at www.ynbok.com, and you can pre-register or pre-qualify for loans. So please, by all means, go do that. But I want to thank them for the opportunity to go out into the minority community and do our live streams. And like I said earlier, once again, I'm here at George's Happy Hog at 712 Culbertson, just 2 blocks east of Lincoln, right in front of the Capitol. Anyway, so it's a fantastic spot. If you like greens, if you like potato salad. If you like mac and cheese are only on Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Wednesdays do have wings, and their wings are delicious. I was trying to eat on those, and as soon as the live stream is over with, I'm gonna go to work on my lunch because I'm a little hungry right now. But anyway, their watermelon sweet tea. Man, that's tasty. That's tasty. I don't know why I do that. It's just me. I'm silly sometimes, and people make fun of me. I drink my beer like that too. It's just something quirky, something fun. And those of you that know me know I like to have a good time. But on the serious side, though, seriously, thank you, YNB, for you guys sponsoring us, the bank to make things happen. And we want to go out, like I said, there's so many great minority restaurants, minority and black-owned business, black-owned restaurants. And like I said, we're going to be coming on at 2 o'clock. Right now we're going to do Tuesdays, but we're going to try to expand to Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we can go into two different locations and do our live stream. So that's what we're working on right now. I'm extremely excited about the opportunity to showcase black-owned restaurants and black-owned businesses, because I think that's important that you do that, because it doesn't matter what location you're at. It doesn't matter if you're a person out there and you're doing your business and you're trying to make it out there as a minority or black-owned business. We're all behind you. Now, that being said, we still are going to go to other places and we're going to do other things. So don't get me wrong. We are going to be at Rococo's, and we are going to be at Ned's, and we are going to be at other places. So don't think that's going to stop. So anyway, I want to thank everybody at this opportunity for watching the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and we're coming from Georgia's Happy Hog. Here's the menu. And once again, here's the menu and all the things that they have to offer. Man, there's some good stuff on there. I mean, by the way, their rib ends are unbelievable, but they go quickly. So I'm just warning you, if you like rib ends, man, you can't wait. You better get there as quick as you can. And like I said, I was here for lunch. I got here right after lunch rush, and this was the only table. I got here about 1:15, and it was packed. So, of course, my show didn't come on until 2, so everything was kind of swapped down by then. But anyway, it's a great place. And then I want to thank my guys at YNB, the bank that makes things happen. Of course, family owned and operated since July of 1912. And if you need to pre-qualify, go online to www.ynbok.com. And then, of course, I want to thank everybody for watching the show today and supporting me. And remember, you can go to MC Sports Network, and I'm going to put that up here. You can go to mcsportsnetwork.com, be able to look at any of the shows. You go on there and you can click on it. You go to my YouTube channel, and that is the Unpopular Hour / Matt Clark, or After the Storm - OKC Thunder. Either one of those, by all means, go ahead and be able to do that. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys' support. And when you go to YouTube, remember, subscribe and like the videos. Once again, thank everybody for watching the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark.